Today I'm going to be watching this video. It's called The Polish School, a short documentary, and I believe it's about a Polish school that is in Ireland. So quite interesting to see. I've never heard of like a Polish school in anywhere like outside of Poland. So it'll be interesting to see how life is. It says here, let's see, the Polish school in Galway has been running as a Saturday school for Polish children since 2009. Poland's language, history and geography are taught. So awesome way for people from Poland who are outside of the country to learn about or for the children to learn about their history, about their culture, about who they are. Really great thing. Want to learn more about it, see what actually goes on. Let's watch this and you can tell me if you've heard of this, what you think about it.
I thought it was all so strange and everything here, that it's all so different from Poland. And now that I live here and I go to Poland only like so often, you know, like every few months, I think it's strange there. So, because I don't live there.
When I just wake up, I'm like, yay, it's Polish school.
I'd prefer to go from Monday to Friday to Polish school and on Saturday to English school.
Yeah.
Well, it must be quite good then.
In Irish school, you just keep quiet. Because, like, there's so many people saying whatever and saying better because in their language or just, you don't feel so confident. And here I just can say whatever I can and want, and they won't criticize me, you know.
No, that's sad to hear. Like she feels like that. Like schools can be like tough places for anybody, but to be like a child from another country having to go to, in this case Ireland, but anywhere really, it's like very difficult to fit in and be accepted. So it's actually nice that they have something else, that they have an option, because it's not actually normal. Like I don't think a lot of different nationalities have their own schools in different countries, so gives them somewhere to go and meet friends from Poland and be able to speak their own language maybe, or feel a bit more accepted. But yeah, really sad that she's got doesn't feel that comfortable in the normal school.
When you're removed from an environment, you try to fit into a world, and they often are ashamed of being Polish in the Irish school, or they try to fit in. I suppose like any child that just wants to be the same as their colleagues. But I think here they learn the different customs. They learn the culture, they learn the history, and they learn that it's okay, that they do have their roots somewhere else. And it's, you know, it's nice for them to realize that it is okay, that they're not any different, they're just different nationality.
Language lets you discover yourself in a different way. So kind of when they speak, it's just kind of giving them a little bit of character for their own personality. So the more languages you know, the more you discover yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's like really important. Like again, I've said on videos before, like I live in Malaysia I can speak Malay. I learned it over a couple of years and feel quite confident now. But you really like change as a person as you learn another language. And I love to learn about different languages, how they're structured. You can learn a lot about the culture of that place. So especially like people like this who, like, when you're a foreigner in a different country, yeah, you can feel like a bit odd, a bit like left out sometimes. So it's nice to like still hold on to your own language as well as being open to other languages as well.
Gdzie jest ta ulica, gdzie jest ten dom? Gdzie jest ta dziewczyna, co kocham ją? Znalazłem ulicę, znalazłem dom, znalazłem dziewczynę, co kocham ją.
Polish. But sometimes I dream about my English friends, but they speak in Polish, which is weird.
That must be weird, man. Yeah, I never thought about
Piszę,
things like
nie
that
pamiętam
before,
odkąd i dlaczego, też nie pamiętam.
Dobrze, to taka jego krótka biografia, napisana przez
A
samego
później?
autora.
Jeszcze pisze, że nie lubi poezji.
No właśnie.
Like again, like being Polish, like when you were learning English, did you have dreams in English or about people speaking English, or did it ever like crop into like situations you never expected it to?
I have an Irish friend, but it's only one that I can talk with, and I can talk about everything. But she's not even Irish; she's English, and even if we are friendly towards each other, it's just this thing that we behave differently when we are, you know, beside like Polish and Irish. It's always like in every school here, it's always like Polish are keeping together, then there's Irish, and maybe even though there can be friends, it's just, you know, there's this line that you won't behave the same.
Głośniej wyraźnie.
Karuzela z Madonnami, Miron Białoszewski. Wsiadajcie Madonny, Madonny, do bryk sześciokonnych, ściokonnych. Konie wiszą kopytami nad ziemią. One w brykach na postoju już drzemią. Każda bryka malowana w 3 ogniste farbki i 3 są końskie maści. Od sufitu, od dębu, od markwi.
Well, my mom wants to stay in Ireland because she says it's a better, the jobs are better here and everything is better. But I would like to prefer to go to Poland because all my family is there and I really miss them.
We only came here for summer holidays, but that was 3-4 years ago. And my mother said that it's so lovely in here, so we will stay.
Yeah, and it's like hard for children that age, like to leave and go to another country. I mean, it's hard enough for adults to make that change, but it's like really difficult for kids, like whether it's fitting in with other children or just like it's a lot going on in their heads at that age. Like it can be difficult. It's like hard.
Zostawcie to, Natalcia. Ale chodź, zresztą weź go, bo przecież zaraz matka zobaczy, że on nie jest.
If you are in the place that you know that you were born and you know what to expect, you know that you're a part of the team, like the Polish team in Poland, they will always be outsiders in here. Anyway, you know, even if they'll have their own families, they'll always be Polish in Ireland. You know, that's what I feel that myself as well. I'm not as strong, I don't mind it, I understand that. Sometimes I hear that they're not treated well as well by the Irish kids. They ask them to spend their breaks on a different corridor. You know, it happens, I understand that as well, you know, they're kids. But I think it can be hard for some of them.
Because I want to go to Poland to being there forever. I miss Poland. I had a lot of friends there, my family, yeah. I want to come back. And we want to make a house in Poland.
Me too, because whenever I visit Poland, I have to sleep in my grandma's house.
For myself, I discovered that my home is where my heart is. And if you kind of get to that point, you feel home and you make yourself comfortable wherever you go. But that's not for every person. I would say there would be a lot of people really confused and feel very bad about that they don't have home at all. So I would say there would be people, 3 options. They find home in Ireland, they find home back in Poland, they find home anywhere they go because they have it in themselves, or they don't feel at home at all. depends on the person and on each person. It's not the same for everybody.
No i co, i nigdzie nie było?
Nie. Nawet w mojej
To przypomnij mi, jak masz na imię. Chcesz tam sobie wypisać?
Michał Szabat.
Chcesz sobie wypisać, czy ja ci wypiszę? Ja, pani, tak? Nie. Wszystkie przeczytałeś?
Nie, ale...
Czekaj, to muszę odłożyć. To czemu nie przeczytałeś? Hobbita nie przeczytałeś?
Nie.
Dlaczego?
Patrz, te auta stoją.
Gdzie auta? Nie ma auta, to są domy. Gdzie są auta?
For a while, I thought it feels like you don't have a home anywhere. You know, you're a blow-in in Ireland, and in Poland, I suppose I never thought of it until someone in Poland said, well, you actually speak Polish well for a foreign person. And I went, oh God, okay, this is bad. You know, I am Polish and I do feel Polish, but I feel at home here, but then when I go home to Poland, I feel at home too. So it's kind of having two homes really, as opposed to not having any.
This is interesting. I kind of feel like similar, like being Scottish, being British, living in Malaysia, have lived in Asia for like the last 13 years. Kind of like in that in-between one. Like I'm not really too deep of a thinker when it comes to things like that. I just enjoy my life, try and enjoy wherever I am, whatever I'm doing. Kind of feel for my children. My children are mixed as well. Like my wife is Malaysian. And yeah, like here, I mean, they look more kind of white, if I say, so they kind of like stand out when they go to school. So it's like whether we go back to the UK, they'll be considered like, maybe could be considered like part Asian. Here, they're always going to be different. So it's like, I feel quite sorry for them in a way, but like try to bring them up to be strong and not really worry too much about things like that. But like I can really relate to how these people feel, and it's quite a like weird situation to be in, and not something I think too much about. Just try to enjoy myself, but or be happy. But yeah, it's like definitely tough for some people.
One year I was alone in Poland because my mom went to Ireland with her boyfriend and I stayed with my grandparents, and then my mom really liked it here, so she took me here.
Are you pleased?
Yeah.
50 centów jest, tak? Tak. Dobra.
It's about trying to find out where you stand in the world, and I suppose the world has become a very global place, but I think the school teaches that there are so many people now living in a different country and being from a different country, and it doesn't mean that you're worse coming from a different country. You just bring more, and you don't have to give up your nationality and the feeling that you're Polish and try to become an Irish person. You can be both.
Yeah, that was nice. It was cool to see that. Yeah, again, like at least they've got something like that. Like again, for a lot of people from different countries, might not have that access to people from their home country, and at least it gives them something they can be fully comfortable and still hold on to that connection and learn about who they are. Yeah, interesting. Never seen anything like it now, like that in any other country. So tell me if you knew about this, if you've seen it before. Tell me what you think about it. Thanks.